What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, give it a thumbs up, and maybe turn on those notifications where you do not miss any other videos that I post. I would greatly appreciate everything, but let's get to it. Today, I'm just going to demonstrate what I'm going to do, a little mod on my little Midland MA115. So this mod's basically going to be how I'm going to mount the actual radio itself. So basically you see that I've mounted that here, the main module, the head of it is there. And then I want to mount the actual unit here, somewhere here. Well, here's my mod I'm going to do. As you can see, I have a magnet here and a magnet over here. So usually what I use this magnet for is not for my phone actually. I use this for my keys. So when I turn off my car and I'm going to leave my keys in the car or whatever, I put them here and they just magnetize right to it. And it's just a nice little place to keep your keys. However, whenever I'm driving, it's always just free and open. So I also have one here. The actual hand unit here has this, the little weird clip thing on the back, which is meant for, the little clip mount. But I hate this thing. I don't want to use it, so I'm not going to use it. My mod is going to be, I am going to be taking this off and putting a little round backing plate on it where I can set it here or set it here, wherever I want to, while I'm driving. So I'm going to demonstrate and show you guys how I'm going to mod this thing out. So let's get to it. Let's take the mic off first. You're going to need a Dremel, a few metal backing plates, a small Phillips head screwdriver, and the mic itself. So let's start off here with the Dremel. We're going to open this thing up, and now we are going to take the Dremel out and get ready to pick the great piece of equipment we're going to use to Dremel this thing out. And to be honest, I have no idea what I want to use. I'm just going to pick something, and maybe this one, I think I'll actually change it and go with a smaller setup here. And this little round one right here, I think it will work. So let's go with this one. And I do want to say I'm no expert guy with using a Dremel. And I just usually have fun with it and make a mess and, no rhyme or reason how I do things. All right, so here we are, we're ready to start doing this thing. We are going to take this little screw right here out with our Phillips head screwdriver. You're going to use a pretty small head with this to be able to get this out. But once you do get it out, just throw it aside and who cares? You're not going to use this thing again, so just toss it. Adios. All right, so we're going to be taking this little bit here that's in the middle after we took that off. They're like little raised up grooves that you've got to take off because you can't really get the mounting plate on there with those grooves. So that's sort of the whole process of doing this whole Dremel. So let's plug her up and let's get ready to rip on this thing. And like I've said before, I am no expert on the Dremel. I just sort of hack away at it and hope for the best. So let's hope I don't mess up this whole entire thing. So my first little few hacks at this sort of made a pretty big groove in the middle of it. I didn't really want to do that, but it happened. So now I'm sort of trying to smooth it out the best I can. So I'm just sort of taking my time, and that's what I say to you guys too. Just take your time on this. I think I tried to rush it just a little bit at first, but now I'm just trying to get it all grooved out. And initially, I thought that I was going to be able to just take the grooves out and I'd be good to go. However, that really wasn't the case, as you'll see. All right, I think that is smooth enough. Let's turn this thing off and grab the metal backing plates here. Grab one of these out. And we're going to check and see how it's going to fit on that little spot that I dremeled out. And so let's measure it up on the mic here. And I finally realized, oh no, it is not going to fit. So I'm going to have to dremel a lot more to get this thing to actually fit flush, because you definitely want it to fit flush when you're doing this, because, well, if it's not flush, it's not going to really have a good stick and it's going to be lumpy. So let's go back to the Dremel box and back to the little box of tools, these wonderful, amazing little things, and I don't know what I'm going to use yet again. I'm just looking at all the gadgets that I have, and I am going to pull out a round cylinder or round, I don't know, sander plate. I think that I'm going to be able to just sit it on there and it's going to be super easy, but guess what? It's not going to be that simple. So basically what I wanted to really actually do here is the actual circle there on that sander is actually the same size as the mounting plate. So if I could just get it just enough grooved out to give me a little, I don't know, diagram of where I actually need to cut out and to Dremel out, then I thought it would work. So I gave that a shot, and you know, it worked. I got a little bit of a diagram there to where I can see, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's slightly out of the edge. So I'm going to grab the cone sander here, turn it up to full blast, and just really give this thing heck now. And first shot, I'm like, oh shoot. Now I'm taking bigger chunks out again. However, here we go. I'm going to go at it and just go around the edges here and try to make it as smooth as I can. The smoother that I can get it around the edging, the better it's going to stick on there and the better it's going to be flush. So I'm just going to keep going at it and see what I can come up with. So after working with this for a few minutes, I think I've got it, dremeled out enough to where I can get this backing plate in. So let's give it a shot, and it's still a little too small. So I need to keep going and make the circle on the actual mic a little bit larger to where we can get this thing flush in there. So just keep working at it, and eventually we're going to get it, and you're going to get it to where that circle is big enough to where we can get it on there. So I went ahead and peeled off this backing plate after like 20 minutes of trying, and just to give myself more, maybe a bigger idea of how it was going to actually fit on there. But like I said, it took me forever to get this dang backing off the 3M sticky tape. I sat here and I think I tried for like 5 minutes trying to get it off, but finally got it. And let's give it a shot and see how well it sticks. A little rub off there, make sure there's no debris, and let's place it, stick it on there like so, and guess what? It's just sliding off. I can't get it to stay on. So I thought to myself, well, maybe I just need to make those grooves, instead of trying to make it smooth, make the grooves where the actual backing plate doesn't move around. It just sits in there, really nice and flush, and has the edges to actually keep it from moving around. So that's what I'm going to try and work on now. And here we are once again with a new Dremel tool. A new tip has been put on. It's a smaller circle, a smaller sander here, to where I can sort of bounce it off the walls and hopefully groove those edges out to where that backing plate won't slip around. So I'm going to give this here a shot, and I think it's going to work great, and we'll be on our way to mount this in the truck. And after using the circle for a few minutes, I wanted to go back to the cone-shaped tip here and try to really work those edges to try to make them, smoother, and where it was just a really nice, smooth surface. So I also wanted to work around the edges to make sure they were raised up enough to where I can really get that in there, the mounting plate, and where it wouldn't move around and whatnot. So I'm just working on the smoothness right now, just to get it the best I can. But like I said, I'm no pro at this. I'm just hacking away. And there we have it, guys. I think I have it smooth enough. Let's check this mounting plate out. And yes, that is going to work great. Let's just put that 3M down a little bit, make sure it sticks, move it around, make sure it doesn't slide around. And I do believe we are good to go. So there's the somewhat finished product of how it's going to work. And you notice it's super flush. It's going to look great in the truck. It's not moving around anywhere, but it's going to be a good little thing to see. So let's check it out. And this is actually the how the Dremel worked and how it looked before I used that mounting plate. And here's just one more look of how flush that is and how nice it looks. This looks so much better than having that, clip thing on there. This is a nice smooth surface, and it's going to attach to the magnets well. All right, here we are. We're back in the truck, and it is the moment of truth. Will this work? After the horrible Dremel job, which I am no expert at, but I just wanted to give it a shot, see if it'd work. Let's check it out. First, I'm gonna go ahead and plug it back in down here. Here it is. The Dremel job, it's almost flat. The top's a little far back, but there it is. It should work. Let's check it out. I'm gonna have it probably on this mount most of the time. So let's check it out and see if it works. There we go. So it definitely works. Actually works great. So if I want to move it over here, there it is. So, I mean, it's pretty awesome, honestly. Way better than the other mount that it comes with. You can mount this thing any way you want. Well, maybe not, just because it wants to fall back down, but there we go. So it definitely works. I think there's like a little kit you can buy to actually do this for you, but this is the cheaper option if you already have a magic mount or a magnetic mount in your truck. You can use this for this as well, so you don't have to buy another one or buy anything else. I think these were like $5 on Amazon, and they come in like a package of like 8, so not too bad. I will probably run some either epoxy. You know what? That's probably what I'm going to do. I will probably epoxy all that right there to keep it in there and make it really nice and flat and even. And if you're wondering, these mounts, this is my cell phone mount, and this right here on the vent ring in my Tundra. This is from Hondo Garage. Hondo Garage makes these vent mounts, and then there's a ram mount, and then there Hondo Garage's actual cell phone mount, and these fit any Tundra. And I actually have these little mounts hooked onto my controller here too, the trigger controller. As you can see, it's right there on the back, and then we'll just throw it back on. And then over here, another Hondo Garage mount, and then this is actually a little Molly panel that is fabbed with the Quick Fist small mini grip to hold a flashlight. These will be available to purchase from Hondo Garage very, very soon, but they are not available as of yet. So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to go slap some epoxy on this, I do believe. There we go. I think it turned out great. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Keep enjoying those mountains. Also, I'm going to leave a link to all the stuff that I've got here down below, so just click on it where you can check it out.